Rocky Gronkstone, the
Yes.
one and only. It's a pleasure, an honor, a dream.
Yes, it sure is, Kay. I can tell you that. And Rocky Gronkstone, I got to say, he has to work on his shooting because Rob Gronkowski's shooting, he's a great three-point shooter. He actually beat Shaq one-on-one before in a pig contest, in a horse contest when we were on a live stream before. But Rocky Gronkstone, he went 0 for 3. His first shot was an air ball by 3 feet, which was
Let's
pretty
see.
brutal. And then he bricked the other two. He's got to work on his shooting abilities, that's for sure.
His spike looks like he's gotten tips from Gronk, though. That spike was pretty good.
Well, when you got Gronk and you got Gronk Stone in your last name,
Yeah.
your spikes are always going to be great. Always going to have a lot of power behind. Hey, stop showing that 3-pointer. Look at that.
Who came up with this idea? Tell me that I
Uh,
need the backstory.
All right, here's the backstory. So, Coach Tommy Lloyd, great guy. I've known him for a couple of years. He's done a great job with that program. The direction of it, the University of Arizona basketball program has been phenomenal. He has them in the top 10 every single year. Hopefully, they win the national championship this year. Been friends with him for a while, and he sent me a text message the other week, like 10 days ago. Hey, Gronk, I got a great idea. You're going to be Rocky Gronkstone out of the Buffalo State Penitentiary. You're getting right out of jail. You just came out of the transfer portal, and we're going to have you dress up like you're Chad Powers, and we're going to have you playing the basketball game before it even starts, so no one knows it's you. And I don't even answer him. And then we started talking about something else as well. And I didn't think it was going to be any backstone to it actually happening. So then I get there and I knew I was judging the dunk contest. So I got there a minute before the dunk contest. Hurry up and judge the dunk contest. It was on the fly as well that I participated in. I jumped over the little Range Rover. And then he came up to me right before halftime. Yo, we need you to dress up. Come on. Are you feeling it? And I was like, all right, let's do it. I'm feeling it now. I had a couple dunks. There we go. That dunk right there. And then I went back in the halftime, put the prosthetics on, put the hair on, put the stash on, and came out for halftime. And let me tell
Yeah.
you, it was a great idea. Coach Tommy Lloyd, he's creative, he's fun, and he gets these guys going over at that program.
Now, is Peyton Manning and Omaha and Jamie Horowitz, are they gonna sue you?
No, they
I
shall
wonder.
not because
Yeah, they shall
I
not.
wasn't Rocky Powers.
Right.
I was Rocky Gronkstone.
Well, just because you said Chad Powers, you were Rocky Gronkstone. I agree. I agree. I'm on your side. Depot me.
He
I'm on
was
your
just
side.
comparing it. Tommy Lloyd was just comparing it to
Got it.
Chad Powers.
You really sold this well to me last week because we showed you these. I'm always on to you, but like I'm always right on to you, Gronk. And then you were running sprints. I'm like, why is it you running sprints? But because you were like, nothing active's going on. You were preparing. You were preparing for this insane weekend.
I actually was. So I
I
knew if I could
know.
run sprints, I always come up with something. I'm always creative with my training and I can
Yeah.
get back into the groove. If you ask Tom, one time we didn't throw for like 3 months in an off season and I showed up and he's like, how are you going to get prepared? I go, Tom, I just need one throwing session and I can transform my whole entire body and be ready to go 2 more days after that. And I did it in front of his eyes before in a week. And he was like, that's freaking incredible. I don't know how you did that. And you got to ask Tom the story. Like it's mind blowing because he's working out every single day. And doing body work every day. And I just show up out of nowhere, haven't trained
Yeah.
forever and get in shape just like that. But I knew that if I ran a couple full speed sprints, that was going to be able to bring back all my athletic ability, not to the highest level. If I did it for a couple more weeks, it would be, really to the T of where I need to be. But just a couple full speed sprints always gets me to where I need to get to, no matter what sport I'm going to be playing. So you're right. You're right, Kay. You're onto my
I
antics.
knew
It
it.
got me ready.
You crushed. Shaq was there, which you did tell us about here on the Up and Adams show. What did he say to you after that dunk?
Actually, Shaq and his kids, he had a couple of his sons there, and they came up to me after, like, yo, Gronk, we didn't think yet you could jump like that, man. Like, you got some hops, bro. And I was like, Shaq, I already whooped your butt in a horse competition 3 years ago when I absolutely dominated him. He's like, yo, man, I got to give you props, dude. You can hop. You can hop. And I was like, yeah, that's right, baby. I'm the Gronkster. I always got the hops.
You do have the hops. And so, in honor of that, and in honor of Arizona and the Red Blue Showcase, let's play a little game. I'm going to give you a statement. You're going to tell me if it's a good call or an air ball, and we're going to have a little fun with you here. We saw your 3-pointer. You have seen it at the Red Blue game. So, good call or air ball? The Jags are a bigger threat in the AFC than the Colts.
Oh, that's an air ball. I really like the Indianapolis Colts. I don't know if the Jags are for real yet, and that's going to be a true test this week. They got a tough game. Who are they playing again? The Jags are playing someone
Seahawks.
tough this week. Yeah, the Seahawks. That's the true test for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I think it's an air ball here. I think the Indianapolis Colts with Daniel Jones resurrecting his career with Jonathan Taylor at the running back position too. They got such a run game to balance it out. Solid defense. I think the Colts are the real deal in this division.
Jags 1.5-point faves at home against the Seahawks. Who you got?
So I'm going with, I really like the Seahawks. That game last week versus the Bucs was a phenomenal game, one of the best on television. But I'm going with the Seahawks here. Like I said, I don't know if the Jags are for real yet. I'm going with the Seahawks. They're very, solid football team, and they're putting it together every week. Yes, they lost last week, but they put it together still, and they put up a lot of points.
Good call or air ball. Baker Mayfield, the MVP of the league through the first 5 weeks. MVP, most valuable player to their team.
Okay, I was like, you can't do air ball or good call on MVP of the league. I mean, that's going to be a tough one to play because, but I would say good call as the MVP of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, hands down. I mean, what he's doing.
No. Time out. Not what I'm saying. I'm saying the most value. Like I made the case that he's. Yeah, I mean, do we have the MVP odds? Sorry to interrupt you, Gronk. Do we have the MVP odds? I think just by my definition of like the most valuable player to their league, like through 5 weeks, what he does for them tonally as a leader, these fourth quarter comebacks, he has 4, Gronk. Like, I don't know that you could name another player. I guess Josh, that has the more impactful on their squad or more impactful for their team's success than him.
Yes. All right. So through 5 weeks, I know what you're talking about now. Okay. I would say this is a great call. By no means is this going to be an air ball. Like this ain't Rocky Gronkstone shooting his first 3-pointer now. Baker Mayfield, what he has done for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he's loved in that organization, but also like he brings some sense of aura, some sense of juice to the table that elevates everyone else's play. And I think that's his number one special trait that he has. Yes, he's playing great ball, but when you can elevate people around you, that's what makes you great. And that's what he's been doing. And that's why these Buccaneers have been phenomenal. And that's why everyone else around them stepping up their play. And Emeka as well. I mean, you just don't have any rookies come in and just dominate like that unless if they feel comfortable, especially around the quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of that, you came on our show, last week. And I do think we're like a little warm up for you. We're a sprint for you for Fox. Fox, big time. You come on our show, you're sprinting through the forest trying to get ready. You came on our show and you said this. Can we have it? Can we show it?
I'm going to go with, I've been saying Egbuka the whole time I was on Fox for the first 2 weeks, but now everyone told me the G is silent. So Emeka Egbuka, I'm taking out that G. So I got his name down now.
I'm like, yes, Gronk's got it. He's the best receiver. I fell in love with Emeka Egbuka. He's been on the show. And then I'm like supporting the Gronk mogul franchise, and I'm watching Fox, and I hear this.
And you got to give credit to this rookie sensation, wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka, going for over 100 yards. Emeka Egbuka.
Oh, Kenny, it was bad. It was a brain fart. I was there. It was a long day. I was there for 11 hours. I was giving so many great takes, and then all of a sudden, I just took a dump in the bed out of nowhere. But Emeka Egbuka, but give it to my credit, Emeka Egbuka, but to my credit, here we go, okay? My brother Glenn texted me. I go, Big Boo, I know that name.
Big Boo is crazy.
But I know that name. I go, why is that name stuck in my head? After a long day, I was a little tired. I go, why did that come up? Well, my little brother Glenn texted me. He goes, hey, Rob, were you thinking of Chi Big Boo? And I was like, yeah, I was actually. So we played with him in high school. That was his name. So I got their names confused there. So, in honor,
it was so funny, and it went viral. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, no, you had it! You had the geosilent, like you done your work, like because you prepare, you really work your ass off. It's so funny, but of course, it's like a fun moment to embrace, and it went viral, and that was great. I love how everybody immediately was like, "Gronk, absolutely not, absolutely not." It was too good. Okay, Bucs 3-point faves at home against the Niners. Who you got?
I'm going with the Bucs. I mean, I just love the way they're playing. They're playing like with a mentality that you want to see a football team play with. They want to win. They want to be out there. San Fran, they're beat up. They kind of got a lucky streak going right now. You got to give credit to Mac Jones. I mean, you've seen all these quarterbacks that get a second chance. These first-round quarterbacks, they don't really work out with their team, and then they get a second chance, and they take advantage of it. And one of them is Baker Mayfield. And now we got Mac Jones doing it. But just the way the Bucs are playing, I love their style. I'm taking the Buccaneers. I think they're going to, put some work in.
I wonder what's going to stop them, because the other case I have, even for Baker, by the way, moved. If you guys play on FanDuel Sportsbook, and you should, as part of the FanDuel family here, Baker moved to 3rd in odds at MVP. He was 5th on Monday. So he moved over and he leaped over Jordan Love and Jared Goff. These are the winds of change on the Sportsbook. It's windy in here. It changed. He moves up to 3rd. They didn't have Wirfs. Their running backs are banged up. Mike Evans, his 1,000-yard receiver over and over. I think I'm going to be right. I think this team's going to go to the NFC Championship game. I think I'm right.
Yes, I really can't argue versus UK. I think you're right as well. I mean, I really love what they're doing. And yes, wait till Tristan Wirfs comes back, Mike Evans. I would say the only way the Buccaneers can tank is if they start playing football, they start trying to get too cute. Like they start playing too much street ball. Baker Mayfield can definitely get into that. Into that category of street ball and really not play football. And if he does too much of that, that's the only way I see the Buccaneers, tanking, is because when you start playing a lot of street ball, and I wouldn't say tanking, but, not really produce how they should be producing. Because once you play a lot of street ball, that's when the turnover rate, the percentage of turnovers goes up big time. So hopefully they just stick to their game plans. A little street ball is fine when you need it, but, stick to what they know and what they need to do.
Who's playing the best ball right now? I would say Bucs are really good, but not better than the Lions. The Lions can stop. They're so freaking good. And it's the same sort of thing. What's impressive to me, like the Lions doing this without their OC. The Bucs, I feel like we're not saying, like, you see how good Liam Cohen is. Look what he's doing to the Jags. The Bucs say bye to Liam Cohen, and this Grizzard guy has them exactly where they need to be. It's so super impressive on both sides. Josh Grizzard. Let's take a look at what are we winning? Accidental winds of change. That's okay. Let's send it to the Super Bowl odds. You never know when those FanDuel Sportsbook winds of change. Something's changing over there somewhere. So go check it out. Do we have this right? Do you like how this is looking? When I show you the current odds going into already week 6, what pops out to you? What's right? What's wrong?
Oh, well, what pops out to me is, why are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers not on there? I mean, they're playing phenomenal football right now. They're one of the best teams in the league, and they're not even here
Where would you put them?
I would put them at right in the middle between probably Detroit and Green Bay as of right now. I would also take off Kansas City as of right now, just the way they've been playing. They're not that great of a football team. I feel like they can still turn it around. There's still plenty of season left with Patrick Mahomes there at the quarterback position. And the Baltimore Ravens as well. They're in the top 7 as a Super Bowl, favorite. That's crazy. I mean, the Ravens, they're tanking big time, but they do have a lot of guys out. They sure do. But still,
but then you can't be 1-4 and be favored to win the Super Bowl. Do you know where the Bucs are? You're gonna hate this. They're 14th.
Yeah. Well, you know what that means, Kay? That means put some money on the Buccaneers if you want to win big.
That's go. What it means. I love that. You mentioned the Chiefs. The Chiefs. Okay, let's see. Good caller, airball. The Chiefs take the West. They got the Lions Sunday Night Football, bro. Crazy.
Yes, but the Chargers now, they lost to Denver, has some losses. The Raiders, they're not even in the picture.
I know. So, the division did nothing with this time. Nothing.
Yes, they didn't. Like, they could finally take advantage of the Kansas City Chiefs losing games, and now they're all losing games. Like, the Chargers could have really put themselves ahead of everyone, and then they decided to lose too. But they're all banged up as well. Yeah. I would say this is, as of right now, because of what history states, I would say this is a good call. Just because the other teams cannot take advantage of where Kansas City is right now. If the Denver Broncos or the Chargers were 4-1, if one of them was 4-1, I would say this would be an air ball. But with everyone just being super close,
to the Lions, are they not cooked? Gronk, I guess not.
I wouldn't say cooked yet. The Detroit Lions are one of the best teams in the league. I would say if they lose to the Lions and then don't turn it around from there, then they're cooked. They're not cooked.
Yeah.
The frying pan is getting warmed up right now. It's heating up. We just put the cooking oil on it. It's not bubbling yet. And it's going to start bubbling big time if they lose to the Lions. And then it's either that bubbling is going to start splatting all over the place. And when you get burned, on cooking oil and you start flipping out and it hurts. Yeah, that's not going to be a good situation. That's what's going to happen to the Chiefs if they lose to the Lions, then lose another game after that.
In FanDuel Sportsbook terms, Chiefs 2.5-point faves. They are at home against the Lions. Who wins that one?
Oh my gosh, they're favorites?
Yeah, weird.
Versus the Lions? I'm going Detroit Lions all day long. Yeah, I'm definitely am. I mean, the Lions offense is unstoppable right now. I don't know what happened in week 1 versus the Packers. I didn't even see that game, but it was definitely a fluke of a game. I'm going with the Lions. No one can stop them. Once someone stops them and proves me that they can, then I will pick against the Lions. I still got them as winning the Super Bowl. That's who I picked at the beginning of the year to win it all. They're healthy right now as well on offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball. And I said that's what killed the Lions last year too. Why they didn't win it all or get to the Super Bowl was because they had like 10 guys decimated.
I think I know what's going on. I think I know. Well, Harrison just reminded me. We talked about it to start. Arnold's out. They're both their corners are out. So they're going to get smoked by. And last week, even though they lost against the Jags, Patrick was throwing it. Like they were explosive last week. So they're going to, both of these corners are out, says Harrison. Harrison, did that make the winds of change for this line?
All right. Both corners are out for the Lions?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that.
I'm waiting for official word from the overlords on how much exactly it affected the spread. But yeah, with the Chiefs being at home and those corners being out, definitely had an impact.
You're still taking the Lions?
I don't care. I'm still going with the Lions. Their offense is too powerful. They're going to put up 35-plus points. And when you put up 35-plus points, you're going to win an NFL game majority of the time.
Hamilton, stick around here. We've got Bengals. Is it good call or air ball, Gronk? The Bengals have a better shot at an upset week 6 than the Ravens. Cincinnati, 14.5-point underdog against the Packers. The Ravens, 7.5-point dogs to the Rams at home.
I think this is a good call. Yes. They just traded for Joe Flacco. This is a complicated
question. I can't even. Yeah. So the Bengals have a better shot at an upset week 6.
Yes, they do. They just traded for Joe Flacco and Jamar Chase. I absolutely love that animal. He's just one of the most powerful wide receivers out there. And I was saying the other day to Julian that guy's a 14-point swing in games. And eventually, if Joe Flacco is the starter this week and he just gives them a boost at all, I think they can take down the Ravens. You had it up there.
I know we gave you, honestly, here's what happened.
That was a little confusing.
No, we were in the morning meeting and I was running around and I was going to literally tell Chris, it's too complicated of a question. I don't need, why do we have to compare two things? Just ask him straight up if they'll beat the Packers. And we made it too complicated and it doesn't make any sense. You're right. We're wrong. We're going to go to break. I do have to ask you. And this is why you should subscribe to the YouTube. You've all been waiting
for. I'm still going with the Bengals.
Got it. Bengals win on that one. Week 6 is almost here. I want to ask you about Drake May in the YouTube break. Unbelievable. We did that. I knew that was going to freaking happen. I knew that was going to happen because it's just too complex. I don't know. I've said this before. I don't know why we give you 2 layers of things to pick between. It doesn't make sense. Just give me your picks.
And every time you have 2 teams next to each other that, it's always because they're facing each other.
100%. It's our bad. Okay. I want to ask you about Drake. I mean, are you in on Drake May? Did you watch that? Get to watch that one or no? Probably not. Yes.
Yeah, I watched it. I really love Drake May. Just the way that he managed the game, was spectacular. And like I said, Josh McDaniels, that's why I was voting, that's why I was,
you were high on
Josh McDaniels' side to have him become the offensive coordinator for the Patriots in the offseason because I knew what Josh McDaniels brings to the table, especially, mentoring Tom Brady throughout all those years as well. And the way that Drake May has improved and able to read defenses from his rookie year to his second year, has just been a very much impact, for the whole entire team and for himself as well.
We're thinking about, he finally got to do this. It was his first primetime game, doing it, of course, against Josh Allen. That's huge. It's like a moment. Like he, as someone would say, he is the moment. So when you think about the draft class, right? 2024, I'm going to show you these guys, the Caleb Williams, of course, taken to the Bears, Jaden Daniels, all of that. What are the chances, Gronk, that Drake May ends up being the most successful quarterback among the 2024 draft class?
I mean, as of right now, it's going leaning that way. And I love Drake May as the quarterback, as the best quarterback in this draft class, because he's kind of more of the best pocket presence quarterback there is, and I think that's what makes such a great quarterback in the NFL. You got to have true pocket presence, and Drake May brings that to the table better than all those quarterbacks right there. He might not be the most mobile out of all of them, but he's very mobile as well. He's very athletic too. And the way that he rolls out to the right and how accurate that he is when he's on the run to his right. If I was a team, I would try to force him to the left because no one's seen him go to the left yet. But when he rolls out to the right and he's able to release that pass, it's pretty phenomenal what he can do and how accurate he is.
Tell me more about that go to the left business. What do you mean?
I mean, I've never seen him go to the left. When he's in the pocket, he's got great pocket presence. He's very accurate as well out of the pocket. When he rolls to the right, very accurate as well. He can see the field better than basically any other quarterback when rolling to the right, and he can put it right on the money. You saw that pass to Stephon Diggs, that deep one as well. There's a couple of other ones, but he's never rolled to his left before. So with me watching, I never seen him roll to his left. So if I'm a team, I would kind of bring more of a pass rush off of the right so he can not get out, when he scrambles to that side, and force him to go left and see what he can do, because the way to turn your body, it's totally different mechanics when you're rolling out to your left and to your right. So if I was a team, I would force him to go that way to see what he brings to the table then.
Harrison, get in here. Does Gronk hate the Patriots? Like, what do we do? What are we doing here? I don't even know who the Pats play this week. I'm sure you do. Like,
no, I don't hate the Patriots.
Why are we trying to help who do the Pats have, Hammy?
The Saints. Patriots have the Saints. Yep.
I'm just saying he's so good. He's so good at rolling out to his right that I'm just saying I want to see him go to his left now.
I bet you
I just want to see him go to his left.
I bet you Hamilton has something in this freaking thing right here. Tell me I'm wrong. I know you very well. Has he ever gone left?
So there haven't been as many standout ones in the NFL with him going left, but when I think back to UNC, there was a play where he's going to his left. He actually throws a touchdown pass, left-handed, going to his left at UNC, which was an insane highlight.
We'll have
but
to
we still need to see it right here.
Well, that was the last highlight
bag every play.
No, Gronk,
and that was the last highlight UNC has had.
Yeah.
No. What did you make of? Did you see that they didn't tweet anything about him?
Okay, I didn't see any of this. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was Petty Murphy. It was Petty Murphy.
Don't know. I haven't been on Twitter in 2 days now. I haven't seen anything.
Of course not. Of course not. That was a great little nugget by you. By the way, Bills, hey, can you help me, Hammy, with what the East? Take us through the AFC East. Do we have that board?
The AFC East odds? Yeah, let's pull it up.
Yeah. Let's have Gronk tell us about this. What do you got, Ham?
Yeah, so the Bills are still the favorites at minus 425, but the Patriots are plus 350 now, right behind them. The Bills were minus 2,000 to win the AFC East before that Sunday night game.
Would you take that?
Yeah, I would definitely take that. I believe Buffalo will still walk away with this division. They'll win the division. I mean, they're solid. And every year, if you actually look at Buffalo throughout the regular season, they do tank a couple games, even though New England played lights out. And New England won the game, like no doubt about it. It wasn't like it was handed to them. Also, what I really liked what New England did was that they made Buffalo earn all their yards. It's not like they gave up chunk plays. And I would say that's the number one reason why the Patriots won that game. But still, overall, the Bills are going to win the division. And I said at the beginning of the year, I truly think New England sneaks into the playoffs as a wild card. And that just brought a lot more hope to me that I'm going to be right after the last 2 weeks after the win versus Carolina and now Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. And then the Dolphins and Jets, they're just demolished. They're nowhere to be found.
What are the odds, Hammy, on Pats to playoffs?
Last I saw, they were minus 210 to make the playoffs, so they are pretty decent favorites to get into the playoffs.
So we're going Bucs NFC Championship game. We're going to go Pats playoffs. That's what I learned here with Gronk, and he can dunk, and he's got a Rocky Gronkstone to talk about. Okay, should we dabble in a little proper shot, Hamilton, Howard Harrison? Go away.
Well, let's do it. All right. So we have some big winds of change here in Propa Shot. Okay, you went 1 for 3 last week. Gronk nailed all 3. So we are tied up 8-8.
Yeah, I was handed some easy ones. Kay even agreed last week, like, oh, Rob's gonna win all 3, and I sure did. We already knew that from the beginning.
Well, you know, I need to make the rules here, so
I don't think we've ever been tied. I'm not comfortable. Continue.
It's okay because you complained about it last week. We're going to start with you this week. Jalen Hurts' line for passing yards is set at 196.5. So you going over or under that?
Ooh, 196.5. I'm going to go over. I don't think you have a 2-hour meeting with your star players and come out and throw for under 200 yards against the Giants. Over.
All right, Gronk, your turn. Jackson Dart's line for passing touchdowns is set at just 0.5. So does he throw a touchdown or not in this one?
Yes. You're starting quarterback in the NFL. You got to throw at least one touchdown pass.
I mean, BS
the chances
right
are
here.
high. I don't think he threw for one last week, did he? So, or he might have, but he didn't have that great of a game. He has to at least throw for one touchdown pass this game.
Hamilton,
I'm going over.
I want to remind you, Hamilton, about the integrity of the game. The integrity of Propa Shot, okay? The storied history of not giving gimmies to Gronkstone over there.
The storied history is I make the rules.
Jackson Dart. Hey, Hamilton, if he throws for one touchdown pass, I will get him a reservation at Fort Charles in New York City.
This is such bull.
Yeah,
bull.
I got some pull there. I got
Does
some pull.
Does Harrison get to go?
I know
He's in New York.
Eli Manning
what
for
about
reservation.
Harrison?
I got pull.
Yeah.
Harrison needs that resi for these lobs. Go on.
Yeah.
It's Hamilton.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay. AJ Brown's line for receiving yards.
Go ahead. Sorry.
AJ Brown's line for receiving yards, 64.5. He hit that just once this year. Does it happen again against the Giants?
Yeah. Perfect pairing for yeah, that sounds good. AJ Brown, what is it, 64? I couldn't hear. I'm so sorry. 64. Yeah.
64.5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great for Jalen. I love that. They're going to go together. But I would not be surprised if he puts up over 100 yards. It's time for AJ to make his impact. I'm going to go over. Manifesting.
It is time.
All right, Gronk. Back to you. Saquon's line for rushing yards set at 85.5. Does he go over or under that?
I'm going over. He's facing his former team. He dominated them last year. And Saquon hasn't had a big game yet. Just like A.J. Brown needing to go off. That was a great choice. I think they're going to dominate in the passing game and run game. The Eagles need to do that, and that loss last week is finally going to spark them to do that.
All right, Kay, you're up one. Anytime touchdown scorer for the Giants.
Don't you great choice me, Gronk. Don't you try to play nice and like, oh, we're good. Like, get out if you're with that. Anytime touchdown scorer. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine Cam Scatterbo playing on the same team as Gronk or in the same generation or time? Can you imagine those two going to the club together and what that would look like? I'm going to go with Cam. He's got 2 so far this year. He'll bounce off someone, ricochet like a pinball machine into the end zone from the Giants in this one. And if somebody's got to score, it's got to be him.
All right, Gronk, one anytime touchdown scorer for the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts.
Oh my gosh.
Easiest pie.
I'm gonna my battleship.
Push on the 1 yard line. Count it.
I cannot get behind in Propa Shot. Gronk, you're the best. Here's your picks. Here's mine. Mine are Jalen Hurts over the line on FanDuel Sportsbook, 196.5 passing. AJ Brown over 64.5 receiving. I think he could have a 100-yard game. And Cam Scatterbo, anytime touchdown. Gronk said Jackson Dart, 1 or more touchdown passes thrown. Easy peasy, so annoying. Saquon over 85.5 rushing yards, and Jalen gets into the end zone. Those are our Propa Shot picks. Make a parlay. Do whatever you want. Gronk, you're the best. See you later. Good luck on Fox.
Hey, remember when I was at my friend's house and his jersey was up on the wall?
Yeah.
I'm with him right now. He still thinks you're cute. Yeah, he check
You're
him out.
cute.
Say
You're
hi.
cute.
No, hi. Yeah.
Love you. Kisses, peaches. Love you.
Give him
Bye.
kisses.